Then guys, so I'm going to put it out there now. No Thursday video this week with the auction. Literally just because when I went there I ended up carrying Romeo around and the footage just wasn't that good. His feet were in a lot of it, his hands were in a lot of it. There was some lighting issues and whatnot. So no Thursday video, I do apologise for that. But I'm going to give you a good one for Saturday. This will probably be 2 parts, okay? And the reason behind that is, one, I'm going to go get a massive haul of stuff now. Hoovers, jet washers, all that sort of stuff. I think. I'll find out. It's going to cost me around the £400 mark, give or take. It all comes from one person who salvages it all from skips and things like that. And I've got, the reason why it's going to be 2 parts is I've got to take that home, and before I actually tell you the prices of it all, I want to make sure I test it. I want to make sure that it's getting accurate, that you guys are getting the accurate information. So I need to know what works in it, I need to know what doesn't work, and I need to know how I'm going to sell it. Whether I'm going to sell something broke, something working, or whether I'm going to tear 1 unit down to make 3 and then bin off the part that doesn't work. That way I can give you guys accurate information. On top of that, we've got a load of charity shops. We've got 3 in King's Heath Wood, I think it is. 2 of them are really good for us, 1 isn't so much. And then we've got a little village, I can't remember what it's called, but I will tell you the village when we stop there, so that you guys know what that village is called. And there's quite a few there, including one shop that we actually really enjoy going to. It's like a vintage toy shop, but sometimes, you know, I buy stuff from there and make some good profit off it. I've got a Funko Pop before for like £4 that was worth 25 to 30. I got a Mighty Morphin, a Power Rangers SPD Morpher for £6 that I sold for £24.99. And I got 3 Avatar The Way of Water new sealed figures for 50. I got 3 of them for 40, and I sold 1 for £34.99. I've still got the other 2. I'm actually planning on holding them until something happens with the new Avatar, The Way of Fire or something like that. But there is one tip that I will give you guys. If something comes into the media and you have it, that's the time. You want it listed before it comes into the media, ideally. Like I had 4 Game of Thrones book bundles listed. They were complete, books 1 to 8. Nothing happened with them, they didn't sell, they weren't getting many watches, they weren't doing anything. And then the new House of the Dragon trailer came out for season 2 back when that did, and they sold within a week. All of them. They'd been sat on eBay for, the oldest one was probably about 3-4 months old. We actually had more Game of Thrones book bundles ready to list. We managed to get another 2 up within another week. They both sold. We managed to get another 1 up about 2 weeks after that. That sold, and then we haven't actually managed to complete a bundle since, because these books are now not being put into charity shops that I'm finding, or when they are in charity shops, they're in there at too high of a price for me to buy. If something goes relevant in the media, that's the time to get it up, and that's kind of my plan with those other 2. I wanted to get 1 up just to gauge it, and it did sell. It took about 4 weeks, so I could probably sell the other 2 now, but I figured I'll get a little bit more when that new film comes out. Right, so just got the haul, gonna show it you now. £360 I paid for all this, so just £360. I'll work out, probably in part 2 of this video, what that works out to per unit, but I don't want to record where we got it. I don't know if he wants me to. I'm not going to ask. I've got a really good thing going on with him, so I'm not going to upset that. But yeah, we're in Brierley Hill, so we've got 3 charity shops to do here, and then we're off to either Blackheath or Kings Winford. I'm not sure where, but I'll record around there as well. I'm either going to record the shop I'm going into and then show you what I buy out of it, or I'll try and record it in the shop. We'll see as we go. Alright, anyway. Filled all the way to the back. You've got jet washers, hoovers, all sorts in there. And then we've got bags of parts, accessories, all sorts, all completely full. So we're not going to get a lot in the charity shops. And for those of you that don't know my car, it's a Mitsubishi L200. So it's not a small car, that's not a small haul. That's a hell of a lot for 360 quid. Anyway, let's see what we can get in the charity shops. Right, First of all, we have Salvation Army. Then we're going to head into that Bernardo's over there. Then we're going to head into that Forces support. And we go from worst to best. Not expecting much out of Salvation. A little bit out of Bernardo's, probably a printer. But let's see. Well, I was right. Nothing in there. Neither me nor Steve found anything. So let's see what Bernardo's has. Every single time I come in is once every 3 to 4 weeks. There's always a printer. I'm not sure on the price on it. I'll have a look in a sec. Just looks at that coffee machine. Looks like he's missing a load of parts, but we'll see. Did you see? I need to find it again. Silver cross hammer. Give that a go. Right, last one. 2 items so far. Into there. See what we can find. Right, couldn't quite record the last one because I got a really terrible bag from Bernardo's, which made it really difficult. But I did get myself another printer, which Steve's very kindly carried to the car for me. And there's a shoebox in there full of golf balls, which obviously go with the bags and the clubs. Anyway, let's see where we get in the... Right, next stop of the day. Last one for sourcing more stock before the end of the week as well, so that's good. Friggin' ticket on a car. I'm the only one that hates paying for parking. Right, absolutely hate it. If I didn't know this was a really good place, I probably wouldn't do it. But first one up, Compton Care. Probably get a little bit closer for that. These are actually tend to be really good stores. I'd always recommend going in one of these if you go near one. Compton Care's are normally spot on. So we've got nothing out of Compton Care. A little bit too expensive on everything. Had some really good stuff in there though, but don't know. I think they're putting the price up a little bit personally. What about you, Steve?
Yeah, definitely.
They'd make more if they lowered it. If they lowered their prices by 15%, we would have spent about 30-40 quid in there. But still a bit too high, no margins. Right, off we go into a Sense. I think I've mostly got the car back here. Off we go into a Sense. Let's see what we get. Just play that a lot. Hopefully it's worth something. If not, bundle it with some vintage and some modern sci-fi and fantasy books. Sell a lot of those bundles, so should be alright. Next one is Acorns. Let's see. Okay. So my uncle got a Hornby mug from that one. And I got these 3 figures. Ben 10, Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and a Toop Toop. If they're not worth anything on their own, we'll bundle them. And we actually got a bag. Next one. Overpriced again. They needed to really reduce their prices. Even if they was 50% off half the stuff in there, I still wouldn't have bought it to resell. But I'd say they're edging at the point where there's no point, because you could literally buy half the stuff in there cheaper on eBay from the comfort of your own home with 90-day money back guarantee. Oh well, yeah.
How come my beddy's all carrying the bag?
Why wouldn't you carry the bag? Next one, let's see. One old board game. You get a proper picture of it. But now we're going to one that I really like. Right, almost at Steve's favourite charity shop here. One I like and all. If you're a reseller, this one's actually really good for you to come to, because she will discount stuff for you. She will work with you, the main lady in there, and it is just cheap anyway. I have bought a fair few bits from here. So if you're ever in Kings Winford, Raven Rescue UK, this is the shop. Really good one. Anyway, see if we find anything. Right then, so from the last charity shop, I got a bag full of boots and heels. I got 3 for £3 and 1 pair for £3.50. There's June, Clark's, all sorts. You see some screenshots. And then Steve managed to get some mug bottle things. Got 5 for £1.
Well, 90p, I'll give the lady £1, yeah.
Yeah, £1. He's got some Coca-Cola ones in there, but he'll keep them. So we did make a quick detour. We wanted to go and do the charity shop first and then unload at the car. Now we're going down to what I would say is mine and Steve's favourite store in Kingslingford, because we're old, and this is a vintage toy store, and we do get some bargains from it. So it's down here. This is how we originally found it. Was this old Star Wars battle droid lost in toys? But anyway, so we found the only thing we got. DC Comics Designer Series action figure. So there's a box of Starfire from Teen Titans by Terry Dobson. I didn't find the exact one because it's hard to look in there, because I don't want to insult the guy by being on eBay right from him. It's a small store that he owns. Tries the best on pricing, so that's across the road. Sometimes we just sort of guess. £5. I don't think I'm going to go too badly wrong on that. You'll find out anyway, because the screenshots will be up. But yeah, let's see. Off, lad. Guys, back home for an unload. We're probably going to go out and do some charity shops, but we've got, ow, back my head, all of that completely filled, and then there's all of the back again. Pretty sure you've seen it earlier, just completely filled from one end to the other. But yeah, let's crack on. Right, so the results are in, and here's the downside that you guys don't see when you see these videos on YouTube, is you're going to watch a 10 to 15 minute video. This one's probably going to be 2 videos, because for everything here to get the pricing of, and so that you guys can actually see how much I spent, how much I'm hoping to make in a day, I am going to have to obviously put a lot of screenshots up. It's going to take a lot of time. I've got to get every single thing here tested to see if it's working properly, and then work out if I'm parting it or anything. But here's what you guys don't see. I've got, obviously in my house, a living room, then I've got an access way to my conservatory where we've got a breakfast bar, things like that. We use that as a little workstation. The truck's unloaded, and we're still going to do a few more charity shops today. And you're going to see everything we've bought. All in, I reckon it's around £450 I've spent. But just how much space all this takes up is, there's a doorway. There we go. We got Vax, G-Tech. Those 2 bags are full of stuff. We got another Hoover there. They're Vax blades, sorry. You're onto the melees. We absolutely love melees in this house. I always pick them up. Got 5 uprights. Sharks will probably get parted. This one here, we'll go through. That's about an £80 Hoover cordless. You've got an action figure, some games. You've got a box full of golf balls, 2 printers. Got all the Vax blades, paces, cordless, everything there. And it's just jet wash after jet wash after jet wash, all the way down. You know, you got the accessories for them all there. Anyway, this is all going to go on part 1. I'm going to get it all tested, and then you guys can see exactly how much we're going to make. I reckon it's got to be 2.5 grand, maybe slightly more, maybe slightly less. I don't know, but we'll see. Either way, next week there's not going to be a great deal of sourcing. Probably just do the 2 auctions, maybe 3. One I can't record out, one I can, but we'll see if we find anything. Alright, so back in Telford, one of my favourite charity shops. Come here every week. So I can find. I only grabbed one thing in the charity shop, but it was pretty good. It's your Def Leppard jumper. Right then, it's the last bit of the day. I did say that this could be 2 parts, but it's not. It's going to be 1. So I'm actually at my friend's house now. We're babysitting for them, so got all their kids and stuff in the house. So I'll come outside. Sunny, so I don't really mind it, to be honest. But I've got 5 jet washes left to test out of all the ones I got. Everything else has been tested, so we know roughly what we're going to get, what we're going to see. But first of all, let's give you some numbers. So we've got 10 vacuums to sell, 7 of them fully working. 3 of them will go on as spares and repairs guttingly, all 3 are melee. Absolutely heartbreaking for me, that is. We prefer them. So far we've got 7 working jet washers and 1 that doesn't. Sorry, my parts moving. And then we've got, for vacuum parts that we'll sell as parts, 22, which means we've got a total of 39 items, which made it so each one costs us £8.97. Some examples of things that we've got, and I will attempt to put some screenshots up. Because first of all, we've obviously got melee hoovers, which are always good to watch out for. Okay, leave a bit of time because I'm gonna have screenshots over the top. They range in price. You're looking 60 upwards. You know, we've got, I think, one that's worth 180, but I don't know if I'll be able to find the model number from where I am, and I want to get the video done. So my little daughter's running off up the garden. Goodbye, Rayran. Not sure if that'll end up in the video. Well, it'll end up in there. I just don't know if you guys will see it. Parts for stuff, we've got G-Tech battery, G-Tech filters. If you watch the Sol videos, you'll see we regularly sell them. We'll obviously put screenshots up of them. We've then got parts for sharks like bodies, wands, hoses, and the roller bottoms, which again, I'll throw some screenshots up so that you guys will see. It may not be the exact one we've got, but the price ranges on them, really, for used, you're going anything from, you know, if you was, depending on the part, if you just look at main motor body, you're going from 15 all the way up to 34.99. Maybe you can push a little bit more occasionally if they're really good condition, but that's the majority where you're looking at. Ones, you're looking at anything from 10 up to 20. Really, if you watch a few of the sales videos, you guys will see roughly what these parts go for. And then obviously we got a few jet washes that we'll put up. The ones you want to watch out for are Karcher K series, and the bigger the number, the better they're worth. Like a K4, I'll put a screenshot up. They're really good. We've got one of them. There is a slight leak, so I'm going to put that in the description. We're going to do it, or obviously we're going to have to lower the price in comparison to what we normally get, but that'll do quite well. You got Vax Power Wash and few Karcher K2s. You know, you are better off with Karchers if you're reselling, by the way, is you want Karcher K, point, and then the number. When you start getting into, like, we've got a K 2.94, they are rarer, but they go for less because they're more specialised, and people tend to just search for the Karcher they had. So if they had a Karcher K2, they look for a Karcher K2. If they want an upgrade, they go for a Karcher K3. But all in, for all the parts we got on everything, we're looking at £1,610 just from that haul. And we've only briefly looked at a lot of them. You know, some things we know off by heart, but we'll check it closer, so it may have gone up in value, it may have gone the opposite way, it may have gone down, so it might make a little bit less. But we'll see. And then when you throw on the charity shop as well, everything we got from there, but again, we've only briefly looked, but you've seen the screenshots as they've been going, all in should be £1,841. I would say that's not a bad day, to be honest. But anyway, let us know in the comments. And if you like what you've seen and you want to see more, like and subscribe.